your life slide away. There's a race, so you win, VTubers. What complicate that feeling hate when it suffocates at the bottom? Don't take the bait, just walk away, resuscitate your nirvana. I feel a way I've never felt before. I finally found what I'm looking for. Stop, would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? There's a race, so you win, VTubers. Forever in our open arms, we're thankful we made it safe so far. We proudly show our battle scars because they made us true. Stop, would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? There's a race, so you win, VTubers. There's a race, so you win, VTubers.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 86th episode of FNV. FNV is short for Friday Night VTubing, and this is a show where I, your host, Zarastro, interview various VTubers from all over the community. And tonight, our wonderful guest will be Nearigami. Near, please say hi. Introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone.
And tell our
Hi.
listeners something about you that they might not know.
Hi, everyone. I'm Near. I'm a little paper VTuber. That's like the gimmick, right?
Yeah, that's the gimmick.
Yeah. Hi. I do not stream. I make edited content. I'm really on the air. It's fine. Don't worry. We'll get over it.
That's fine. Scuff is normal. You'd be surprised by how many times I've already fucked up my intro by now.
Oh, it's not surprising. I think that's gonna be normal. That's just normal when you run anything.
It's very close to 86 times.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so I tweeted like briefly something like the VTuber talk show virus.
Yes. We just made the live tweet, and you made a quote saying the VTuber talk show virus. Well, let me find it verbatim.
Okay.
What was it? Has reached critical mass. Yeah.
The VTuber talk show virus has reached critical mass, and the vaccine does not exist yet. Okay.
Yes.
So what I mean when I'm saying that is that like I've been seeing a lot like specifically about like VTuber talk shows popping up, and I totally get the reason why. It's because you want to do like a podcast, like fundamentally. But the thing is that like what makes VTubers like special inherently is like the visual component to it. That's like a big part of it. But like podcasts are strictly like a mostly audio format,
only, right?
Yeah. So like it just is just the way the VTubers brand podcast, and that's just always been interesting to me.
It is, yes, but also I feel like the choice of virus is a good use of words, because in the last year, actually maybe even less of a year, I've also noticed there are so many more talk shows nowadays.
Yeah,
it feels like every fifth VTuber is hosting one.
Yeah, the only one that I really like ever pay attention to is like I pay attention to the Iron Mouse one occasionally.
Oh yeah, Speak with the Devil.
Yeah, like it's mostly just like I'll tune on, and if there's like a guest that interests me, but it's fun. I'm like kind of like thoroughly interested in this as like a concept, but I just wouldn't say that I very much go out of my way to watch them.
No, that's understandable. Most of from what I like, usually the shows themselves when they're live, it's usually okay. It's most of the time it's like a couple of my regulars and then a couple of my guest regulars to ask questions and stuff like that. But otherwise, most of the time, a bunch of the viewership is post.
Yeah, that
Is
actually makes a lot of
afterwards.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. 'Cause
So
the podcasts are kind of like inherently designed to be something
Yeah.
to be binged or like
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
retrospect.
yeah, or even so I guess I don't know. I might argue with that, where it's like, sure, it makes sense if it's something chronologically, like if it's one group of friends having a podcast every week, that makes sense. But I feel like if I'm interviewing a different VTuber every week, you don't have to binge it.
Yeah, it's like it's just guest to guest, but like they're coming back for you at that point. You're the host.
Hopefully. Hopefully they're coming back for me.
Nah, they're definitely doing that.
Yeah, I've had people coming back, not for me, just for the guests that I get on. They're like, "Ooh, a new VTuber for me to go find or go follow." I'd never see them in my chat.
That makes sense.
But yeah, no. But okay, so Near, tell me, what would you say is your lore?
Lore is interesting to me because it's never something that I really give too much deep thought. Like I think that you'll get like VTubers that kind of have like a common lore. The most common lore is that I was like a god or something like that, and then I decided to play video games and be a bottom all day. That's how a lot of VTuber lore works out.
Yeah.
For me, it was never like more complicated than I am a drawing that came to life. That's always what it's been in my head, and that's like kind of what it is. My design was kind of like born more out of practical reasons than like any real like sense of like story or anything like that.
Okay, but how did you come to life as a drawing? That's the
joke
question.
reason I give is that like I kind of just came to life for no particular reason, but I was surrounded by a bunch of like cartoon dicks, and like that was very confusing.
You were in a sketchbook.
That is the canonical lore, but like I was like the one super detailed sketch and like a
surrounded by
doing like a bunch of like drawing exercises, and then just said like I'm just gonna draw about like
I'm just gonna draw some PPs.
Yeah, exactly.
Some 139s.
It's not like the ones that are like super detailed. It's like it is actually just the ones that you like draw when you're like 11 and you think it's the funniest.
Yeah,
shit in
it's
the world.
literally just like the balls on the shaft. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, we would call that a 139 because if you look at the numbers, right, 139. So what we would do is you'd take the 3, you put it on the side so that the curves of the 3 becomes the balls, and you put the 1 and the 9 next to each other so that they become the shaft, and then boom, you have a dick. That's a 139.
That makes sense. Oh yeah, I can see that now.
You see
It's
it.
interesting.
Yeah, if anybody's listening and you want to just see what I mean, grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, draw 3 rotated clockwise 90 degrees, draw 1 on the left side and a 9 on the right, and then boom,
wow,
you got a PP. That's what high school taught me.
It's like the Superman S of like the advanced.
Oh, the universal S, yeah.
Yeah,
dude, that thing's wild. I've watched.
I still don't know how to draw.
You don't? I can teach you.
Yeah. So one of the most common things that like I'll have to explain to people is that I actually cannot draw at all. Like that, like I said, I created this.
You are the drawing. You're not.
Yeah.
You are the drawing, not the artist.
Oh, it's so wonderful.
That's poetic. But okay, now that we've started talking about design, let me ask you. So, what were some of the inspirations behind your design? I can't really. Actually, yeah. No, I'll just go with that.
So. My design was interesting because I started VTubing around July 2021, so just got up around 2 years from now.
Okay.
2 years ago.
Hell yeah.
And it was coming at a point where like VTubing was starting to reach a saturation point. It's like, but it was still at kind of the point where like if you had a really unique or interesting design, then that could take you really far by itself. You know?
Yeah.
Like.
And if you didn't, you're still sitting with 1,000 followers 2 years later.
Yeah, exactly. So, but like it was starting to reach the point where like you could tell it was getting like really saturated.
Yeah.
And that's fine because every content genre is saturated. I think that's absolutely okay.
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, okay, I need something that like stands out that nobody's done before. And I kind of mulled over it for a while, and the what I eventually ended up sitting on was a drawing, and then I learned that like Live 2D does not like transparent stuff. You know, I couldn't do like a manga or like style or anything like that.
Yeah.
So what you actually see with my VTuber model is the lines themselves are always there, but like the inside of a model is just a pure green screen.
Yeah, it's just paper.
Yeah, no, it is a green screen. So what this allows me to do is allows me to like do stuff like what you see here, like with all these like colors and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I kind of like realized, okay, if I do this, then I also don't need to pay $3,000 or like the cost of a car for this model, and I can like kind of get like a lot of different usages out of it.
Yeah.
And I also came to realize that like for my style of content, which I initially started out as like someone who tried to stream, but it didn't work out. So when I was like switching to editing styles of content, I was like, oh yeah, I could do something really cool where like I change my different model between shorts or like shots and like a video. That's kind of what ended up happening.
Okay. So and then like you can be like the old school type YouTube. What creators were they just using like the images of a character? Like before Noxtaku became a VTuber, he had Noxtaku's character.
Yeah, he had like a
that
PNG.
Yeah.
Which is like I think Persona 5 Joker and then like Sans. I think he traced.
Pretty much.
I think that drawing is traced. I'm pretty sure that drawing is like traced, and he didn't actually fucking make that. I think he just stole it.
Damn, firing shots over here. I'm gonna get Nox on, and I'm gonna show him this clip.
I think so. I don't actually like know if that's true or not.
Objection, hearsay.
I'm covering my.
You're covering yourself now.
I'm covering my tracks, even though I'm pretty sure that is what happened. But I'm covering my tracks, so like if I'm wrong, I actually was not claiming anything.
You're backpedaling so hard right now.
No, I'm not backpedaling, but I'm leaving myself in a position where I can backpedal.
Oh, well, you can. Okay.
Yeah,
right, backpedaling only happens after you get cancelled.
Fears that I possess, you know.
You have no fear. Okay, what?
I have no fear except for the fear of being canceled. I think I would not get canceled for something really stupid. No, that's the internet. Never mind.
That's exactly what you will get canceled for. Yeah, that's what you
exactly. Over all the options. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
No, don't worry, it's fine. But yeah, no, that's exactly what you'll get canceled for. Some stupid shit.
Exactly.
Like I consider myself a bit of a connoisseur of tea, although I never share it online because that's a no.
I'm
stupid.
Drama
I like
and like stuff is just inherently like reductive.
It's gossip.
And like like what I found when I was like starting is that if you tweet about like drama that's in the moment, you'll get like a big engagement on Twitter. But it won't translate to any like actual fans or retention on your stuff.
No, it won't.
So like it's ultimately just like fake. It's fake.
Yeah. It's basically it's just signal boosting. Except it's not even good signal boosting because guess what? People are finding you through drama, so they want to see more drama from you.
Absolutely.
And if that's like a once in 3 years type thing, bruh.
Yeah. So once you like realize that that's exactly what you can do, you start to realize how many other people are definitely doing that.
Oh yeah. Oh, people are definitely creating shit out of nothing.
Oh, it's one of the more it's not an element exclusive to VTuber spaces. It's like really
no,
common.
It's not. It's just I feel like I've never seen it as much as I have in the VTuber community.
Yeah. I've seen it. I've seen it all over the place. It's not a big deal though. I think that like the VTuber community, like you get a lot of like people complaining about it, but I really like it overall. I think there's a lot of outlets for creativity and like stuff like that.
Yeah,
you get to see a type of creativity that you don't really get to see elsewhere.
True. I feel like this is the community that I've seen that's the most involved with art because it's kind of integral to the community. Specifically, like just seeing artists grow just because of VTubing.
So I cannot think of an example off the top of my head, and that probably is like. But I know that that is absolutely true. I'm just like, oh, I'm thinking that moth VTuber, Juniper.
Juniper, yeah.
Yeah, I know that she got, like,
Ego Cider,
like,
I think, is her other handle, but I just know her as Juniper.
Yeah, I know that she got like popular because of like the model that she designed. I know that was like, a big thing, and it was like super creative. And then she like continuously updates the model. I find that really interesting.
Dude,
that's just one example.
I've said it many times in the show. I haven't said it in a while. DIY tubers are scary. They scare me.
I'm like kind of halfway there because I did not design my model or like rigged it or anything like that. But what I did do was that I kind of, I make all the effects for my models. I kind of like edit everything. Yeah. So I'm like halfway there. I'm like, do it.
You're just a DI.
Yeah, dude.
At least it's not a DUI. That's
oh hell yeah.
That's something else.
No,
that's
I don't really drink, but that's all.
I do.
I'm a social drinker. I'll get it like once or twice like a week at most, but it's usually less than that.
Yeah, pretty much the same. I'll drink when there's fire involved, aka a braai / barbecue. Ooh, okay. That's just what we call it.
Oh, all right, I understand.
But yeah, no, but DIY tubers scare me, man, because they have the power to just fucking be like, okay, you know what? I want this new toggle. Let me just make it. Let me just, let me just pull out my pen and my tablet. Let me just draw it, and let me pull out Live 2D and just, what the fuck? I can rig, I can't do art like that. So I'm like, okay, yeah, if I want any changes to my model, I guess I gotta open my wallet.
I think
like, with anybody else.
This is kind of like a trade-off, really, because like DIY YouTubers are kind of like, they're not even focusing as much on the content because they have to focus on like updating stuff to their model, and it's like it's always a double-edged sword to that stuff like that.
Yeah. Right? But I mean, that's if we still stick with Juniper, like that's become our content. Working on a model is something that, you go watch her stream. If she's working on the model, you're there because she's working on the model.
Absolutely.
While using the model, which is trippy. But so let me ask you some of the more technical stuff behind your model. How you started explaining how it works. How does it work? Like I've got you on one green screen right now.
Nope. I turned off. So what this would normally be is I do not have a scene for it. Oops, never mind. But to like briefly explain is that what you normally see is like a regular model, and underneath the model is like a sort of green screen. So let me see if I can toggle that stuff. No, I cannot. Oh,
we got the lines.
I'm gonna give up.
We can
give up on that.
We can kind of see you there. We can kind of see you there. Oh, there we go.
So what you see is like a normal regular model here. Hi, I'm bigger now.
You're a bit cut off though, and over to the side.
I'm not. Don't worry, I'll go back to the regular thing. But there's like a normal model right here, and then when I hit this toggle, you could see there's like green under the model. Now, that would normally like be a problem. But what I could do is I can add like a bunch of stuff on top of it. So let me just. Oh my goodness. Give me a second. So this is one of the reasons I don't stream, because you need to like
Keep track.
It's by nature finicky.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give me a second. All right, so I bet you're not used to scuff that's like occurring. No, you aren't. Never mind. I was gonna say you aren't used to scuff that occurs on
the show.
Yeah, but I was like, that's a lie.
That's
no
a
way.
lie. Yeah.
Oh my god.
There we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
So this is sort of a background that I have right here, and I use some dynamic masking using some OBS extensions, and then if I could change this, so I could turn this off, and then you get like the lines again, which you don't really want. I could like do things like make my model white. I could I would normally use like an extended program to kind of open and like change some toggles, some background shaders. But recently I've just kind of just, you know, done it in OBS by itself. And then you can see, let's see.
There we go. That's how we were.
Like a bunch of things. So this model is a combination of like 5 different OBS filters.
Okay, I see a drop shadow. I see the VHS filter. Yeah, that's the drop shadow.
So this drop shadow is like a cartoon thing, so you'll see it like the model kind of like,
it kind of jitters.
It jitters, that's intentional. And with this version, let me toggle some filters. There's a cartoon like VHS shader, which I dare not toggle because the last time I tried toggling it crashed OBS, which is how I'm sending the model to this. This is another reason why collaborating with me is an absolute pain in the ass. And that's why I don't do it a lot. Yeah, so like there's mostly like color change stuff that you can see when I'm toggling this. There's a little glitch effect which I can turn on and off.
Oh yeah,
I can usually keep it on, but I'm keeping it on.
Oh, I see a slight,
just like
I see a slight film grain as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's part of it. So you see, usually like in between, like when I record shorts and stuff like that, I'll spend a lot of time finagling like with the exact look I want to get for my model, and that's a huge part of like my content. Is that I like to try and have like a different little like model in everything that I record.
Damn. At least back to back.
Yeah, back to back.
It's like me refusing to use the same thumbnail art of me in back to back thumbnails, unless it's like FNV, because FNV's got a set format. But like for my normal streams through the week, I've got like how many different. Hold on, let me just check real quick. We go there. We've got a bunch of just different artworks that I've gotten of this character, all transparent, and I never want to use the same one in a row.
So, okay, this actually brings me to a point that I did not bring up earlier. One of my reasons for this design was specifically because I came up with this concept around the time that Iris from like Hololive English was debuting.
Oh yeah.
And artists were like, they weren't complaining, but they were crying that Iris's design was like so difficult
complex
to draw because of how complex it was. So I was like, okay, well, I wanted to make a design that like if people wanted to would be really easy to recreate and draw. So I tried to keep it simple yet like identifiable. That was like my reasoning behind it. So you get like a couple like signifiers. Like you have my like little like crevasse, I think it's what it's called. I don't know.
Cravat,
Then like a little hair. The glasses were a later addition, but yeah.
I like them. They fit.
Also,
are they toggleable?
I legitimately do not remember. It's been so long since I think they are, but it's been so long since I've not used glasses that I just forgot.
Damn. Wait, can you show the regular Nier again?
Sure. I can do
the
that.
flesh and blood looking one.
Oh my god.
Also,
okay,
just a quick comment. I noticed the pink blood spray on the bottom. Are you perhaps a Danganronpa fan?
No.
No.
I-
Oh, you got to lean
okay,
in a
I
bit.
need to yeah, so this is capturing via a different source. So I have to,
Okay.
like,
So how does
my
that
goodness.
work? How do you get the lines? How can you just swap
that's
between?
just a toggle. It's like they're like kind of like two models laid on top of each other. They're not quite that, but it's like a
Okay,
skin. But,
okay.
like,
So
it's a
like
toggle
all
by
of the
itself.
line art is a separate thing, and then you have a toggle that just removes all color.
Yeah, pretty much like this.
Oh,
then-
okay. I see. And I can see the transparency effect as well.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the line art then is its own thing.
This version was made specifically in case people did not want to deal, like if I wanted to collaborate with VTubers and they didn't want to deal with like my bullshit.
Oh, I see.
And it's also to kind of give like a more like canonical look to Nier. That's like a big reason for it.
Okay. And then
So
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
like I said, Nier was built out of like a practical reason more than anything. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
See, this is interesting, which would be like is that when I like try to toggle my sources, I have to like turn off and on my model. So
See, yeah.
that's another reason I like don't stream is because like my model works by like it's like if you try to construct a car out of like toothpicks and bubble gum and like paper clips.
At any time you need to start the car, you need to take out a whole fucking bunch of them and put them in different places.
Oh my goodness. There we go.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
We've got this near back.
Exactly.
See, I'm not like other VTubers. I'm willing to put up with the scuff.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. It's content.
I think that other VTubers are as well, but I'm just like I don't want to be like inconvenient for people, especially if I'm like a guest on their stream. You know,
Fair.
like you don't want to like because that's just like okay, well it's not about like it's not their thing anymore. Like when I'm on someone else's stream, I like try and make it. I'm like what I ideally would like to do is I would like to like kind of make them look good, you know, like a little wingman, but like for the chat.
Yeah. Be a hype man for the main streamer.
Exactly.
Except here I'm supposed to be your hype man. You're the guest
That's
here.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, I've turntabled you.
Ah,
I've tabled the turns.
that's great.
But okay, so now let me ask you, this is a question that we don't really have on our list, but what was the inspiration for your name? How did you get to Nearigami?
Okay,
The igami
so
part I'm
this
gonna the
So-
origami part I'm gonna assume is from origami.
Yeah, it is. So back in my flesh tuber days,
Oh
I
shit.
had like a really terrible handle. It was like not even amateur, but like the caps, like the capital letters of thing were like capitalized. So if people wanted to, they called me Near. Like the letters that were capitalized were called Near, and I was like, well, okay, I want to like. Then I realized I wanted to become like a VTuber. I was like, well, I want to become a VTuber, but the thing is that not even amateur is a fucking terrible name. that I thought was really cool when I was like 13, but I'm 21 now, so I need to change that. So I was like, oh, I still want people to be able to call me Near because people by that point had been calling me Near online for like 6 years or so.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna figure it out. So I ended up with Near plus origami, and that was like that's the whole name.
Okay.
And it's like that's kind of like, so people could still call me Near, and it rolls off the tongue a lot better than like not even amateur, which is like it's like a 6-syllable username, you know, like
Not even amateur.
and this
Yeah,
is 4,
that
but
is.
it's a lot shorter to type in. It's a lot of options for people to call me.
Yeah.
A lot of how I think in like terms of streaming and stuff is like very practical. That's kind of how I would describe myself.
Yet you said you don't stream because you made it impractical for yourself.
Yes. Yes. That was an unfortunate side effect.
You're thinking super practically to the point where it becomes impractical. You've gone full circle.
Exactly. Basically, the VTuber world is by nature impossible to figure out, and nothing works.
Yes. Yes. Put
Yeah,
that on a fucking t-shirt.
Put that on a t-shirt. Put that on a me when I see someone write down a Disney character depicting a sexual act. Put that on a t-shirt, and then the t-shirt bots come in. That was really bad.
Wait,
Sorry.
what? The
Okay,
t-shirt bots?
So
You've gone ahead of me
Twitter,
here. You've lost me.
Okay. So on Twitter, there are like a bunch of like bots. When you say, I want this on a shirt, they will like steal art and they'll like try to put it on like an external site. So something that became common is that when people drew like Disney characters or like heavily copyrighted characters, they would say, I want this on a shirt, put this on a shirt, put this on a shirt, because they're trying to get Disney to like take down their stuff.
Oh, okay. And that's
they don't
actually
want- 'cause-
smart.
Yeah, so they just go to like the copyright overlords.
Yeah.
Disney.
Dude, that makes me think
So-
of how in I don't remember when, where, or who it was, but there was somebody, they got tired of all the potholes in their neighborhood, so they took a can of white spray paint and just started spraying 139s over the potholes.
Oh, it comes back to those. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then
So-
people, the municipality, that's the fucking word, didn't like all of the peepees on the road, so they fixed the potholes.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So, do you have any other questions for me? Like, I know you do. I
Yeah,
send me the questions beforehand, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to like seg you into the next thing because I don't know how to get out
you're
of
trying to
this.
segue away. Okay. That's my job. I've been doing it for 86 episodes.
Yeah, but I painted this into a corner, so I'm getting this out of here right now.
You've painted. Wait. You've painted us into a corner,
Yes,
like a
there we
pee-pee
go.
on a pothole.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I guess now it's my job as the municipality to cover that up. So okay,
Aw.
we'll go into the next question, and then it'll be that will be, how did you discover VTubing? How did you fall down the rabbit hole? Who or what inspired you to become one? Those are all one question.
So, I knew about VTubers back when Kizuna was a thing, but I didn't watch it because I was like, this isn't an anime, and there's no subtitles for this stream, so I can't watch it. And then the next time I heard about VTubers, which was like mildly interesting to me, was actually Project Melody.
Okay,
Now,
somebody
I
was
don't-
surfing the hub.
Yeah. No, actually,
You said, yeah.
like, you hear about it on like Twitter and stuff like that. And I know this is gonna sound fucking stupid, but I actually did watch the streams for a little bit because I was just like, I thought it was fucking hilarious. I thought the chats of the streams were really funny.
Mhm.
And then I forgot about it for a while again because I was just like, okay, well, like for me, like it was like a novelty that wore off.
Yeah.
And then I still like watch Melody. I'm like, I don't even like consume like anything not safe for work really, but I'm just like, okay, I thought that was really interesting and a cool form of content. And then I got like a Hololive recommendation hold in 2020. And
Who didn't?
Then, and then Hololive English started, and then I took to like pretty much all of them because I was watching them because during the time when Hololive English started, I was in probably like my worst semester of college because it was like you went back to college, but all of my classes at some point shut down, so I was just kind of holed in my room for a couple months.
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
I was just like constantly putting on Hololive streams in the background, and I didn't know that I wanted to be a VTuber for a bit. And I think the reason why I started, I know this is the reason why I started, is because Callie made the song "Off with Their Heads," and to me that felt like a bit of like a forceful wake up call to me because I was kind of like in a spot where I just wasn't really doing much with my life. I was kind of like
Yeah.
falling behind. I wasn't really taking charge of anything. So that was just like, okay, I understand now, Callie, thank you. I spent 60 hours on a HoloLive English application that I promptly deleted. It's lost media at this point. But I created like a whole fucking music video for it and all that stuff like that.
Damn.
And I realized that I didn't know how to sing, so I tried to do a karaoke cover, and I cannot sing at all. So I was just like, oh no, it didn't work out. And then that was like for HoloLive EN Gen 2, so that didn't even or this Holo Council. So I wouldn't have gotten it anyways because it's this guy.
I've applied as well. I don't think I applied to Holo, but I did apply to Niji a while ago. And I still have that cringe fucking YouTube video on my channel. It's unlisted. I've never shared it publicly because nah.
Absolutely.
Plus, I don't think the companies would like it if you shared it publicly because it's supposed to, kind of be a secret. Like if you say, I auditioned for Niji while the applications are still open, you're shooting yourself in the foot because guess what? What are people going to think when all of a sudden you stop streaming in a couple months and hey, there's a new Niji wave? This person sounds familiar.
I think that I didn't lose interest in applying for VTuber companies, but I quickly realized that if I were going to apply, I would need to tangibly work on my skills in a lot of ways. So for at least for a bit when I started, that was a process of trying to learn to become more skilled and well-rounded as a person, I guess. And I think I would very much attribute discovering VTubers and stuff like that to that arc of self-improvement that started, the continuous arc of self-improvement that I'd been on for a while.
Yeah, which is good. Self-improvement is always a good thing.
So yeah, I would say that probably the big inspiration for me to start becoming a VTuber and how I also started just kind of falling into it is probably Callie.
It was Callie.
Yeah.
When you just heard the lyrics, I'm trying to find that specific bar. I know the song pretty well.
There was
but there's that.
I don't remember the full specific thing, but it was something
I'm trying to find.
I don't. Remember.
There it is. There's the line. The two lines. You want a balanced following, then start creating. Stop tweeting.
I was not thinking of that.
You were?
I don't. I think that was directed towards people who were already creators and kind of expected success.
No, I think that was aimed at VTweeters. Because there are a lot of them.
I don't really have issues with people that make tweets and stuff like that, because you can't. The longer that I've gone on with VTubing, the more I realize that for a lot of people it's just a thing that they do for fun and they're not trying to take seriously. But there's a big gap in understanding between people who want to just kind of do it just for a little bit of fun, and have basically a glorified OC that they control. Yeah. And people that want to do it aspire to do it professionally, or get out of the small creator purgatory. Yeah,
which that's so fucking difficult getting out of that, because I want to do this full time. I want to be able to. It's been a dream of mine to do content creation in some form of whatever, some form of content, but it's just so difficult to get out of this fucking hell. I've been stagnating so hard. I'm just I need cash, so I need to work now. And I can't stream with a 9 to 5. It's fucking tiring. I don't know how other people do it.
I have no idea either. So what I do currently for work is I'm freelance editor.
I saw.
Can commission me and pay me money and give me money.
Are you plugging yourself right now?
Yes.
That's my job. That's my job. Yeah, also, I did see that tweet, by the way. That was a great fucking tweet. I really did enjoy I think I saw it when either you popped into my feed or when I saw you, and when I was following up with you, I think it might have been then that I saw it, or I saw it earlier in the week. But yeah, no, it's a great video, and you know what? Yeah, let's do some plugs. So hey, if you guys have enjoyed this episode so far, make sure to drop a like down below, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and do all that fun jazz. You can find everything to do with the show at fnv.crd.co, including the audio-only platforms, because the show is available on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and Anchor FM. Granted, it is quite outdated, and by the time that you're listening to this on one of those platforms, we might have started season 2.
Season 2. Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm ending the season after episode 100 because it's been a lot. It's
You've
quite
been doing this like weekly for 86 weeks now.
Yeah,
or like almost weekly.
Almost weekly, or basically weekly. I've missed 2 weeks, maybe 3 by now. One was at the beginning of the year because that episode was on New Year's, so nobody was going to watch it. I wasn't going to be there to host it, so yeah, that one was skipped. And last week, I had a late cancellation and I couldn't find anybody to replace it, and I was hella fucking tired. So yeah, I was just like, no, I'm not.
That's like one that you just kind of deserve.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna break the streak. Fuck it. So yeah, this would have been week 87. But yeah, so go check out the audio only platforms, and the show cannot go on without the guests. So make sure you go check out my wonderful guest Near on Twitter and Twitch and YouTube. Actually, not Twitch. It doesn't stream. But go check him out on YouTube and Twitter. You can find him on most platforms just at Nearigami. That is Nearigami. And on Twitter, you just add an underscore at the end of it.
Yeah, thank you.
But otherwise, yeah, no problem. But otherwise, all of our links are in the description, chat, show notes, on screen. It's everywhere. Just go click around and you'll find it eventually. I promise there are no viruses on the site. I'm not gonna use your PC for Bitcoin farming. Definitely not. Install my app, will ya?
Of course. Hey, why have my CPU usage is up 80% this week?
It's because you're using slobs, that's why.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, actually.
That's the virus I install. I install slobs. Honestly, fuck
that's
slobs.
Oh, that's great.
I
had to cancel my I made the mistake of subscribing to them one time.
Oh no.
I had to go through so many hurdles to get that subscription revoked. It was so annoying.
Dude, even canceling your fucking Twitch subscription is easier than that. What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, I just had to, at some point I had to like install a third-party app with like Rocket Money and just say like, hey, cancel this for me. And then I'll say like, yeah, well, you need to pay like $3 to do that. Or something. Like, I don't care. I'm not gonna fucking deal with that.
You paid a third-party app to cancel your subscription for slobs.
Yes. Yes. In the meantime, I also use Rocket Money. That's like a really great app if you want to like cancel subscriptions or like keep track of finances and stuff like that. That's not sponsored, but please give me money.
You just want Rocket Money to sponsor you, huh? This episode of FNV is brought to you by not Rocket Money.
Aww.
It's actually Honey by PayPal.
Monster Energy?
Yes, someday, some fucking day it will be. I promise I will be the first VTuber sponsored by Monster, and that is a goal that I aim to strive for. Which it might be the only reason why I join a company ever.
Oh.
First off, the stable income, possibly.
Yeah.
And secondly,
very, very close
reach.
second is the monster sponsorship.
Yes. Because I mean, if Aqua from Hololive was able to be sponsored by Red Bull, I can be sponsored by Monster. No. Maybe I'll get my own can.
Oh, great.
Don't ask me what the flavor will be. Probably something weird. Actually, no. I know what the flavor will be. A pineapple flavor.
Oh.
Because there's a white pineapple.
Okay.
There's a white pineapple, but white pineapple ain't pineapple. It's different.
I'm not like much of an energy drink person. I do like I try to avoid just caffeine in general, actually. Like because I'm just like, okay, if I get addicted to caffeine, it's over.
Yeah, no, I'm addicted. I feel like I can say that in confidence. I am
I get,
addicted to
like-
caffeine and nicotine. That's easy. Those are my addictions.
I get like coffee like once a week, and that's enough for me.
Dude, ever since I've started working this new job, so I've got a new job as an admin assistant at a urologist. But this doctor, right? He's got a fancy fucking how much? Probably like $1,000 coffee machine in the office.
Ooh, that's like impossible to avoid that temptation. Then, yeah.
Yes. No, as soon as I get there, I make myself a coffee. And it's the best shit ever. And as soon as that cup runs out, I'm like, okay, it's time to make another. And yeah, it's not been good for my caffeine addiction. I can guarantee that. It's been good for my wallet because I don't have to pay for it.
Oh yeah, that's great. just get other people to subsidize your addiction.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, it's his office. He supplies the beans and all that because he also drinks of it. So yeah, this is one of the benefits. But
that works.
yeah, okay. So the next question that I have for you would be, hold up, let me open up my script.
Let's do that.
What is the next question? The next question is, so we just asked what inspired you to become a VTuber, but now let's ask what inspires you now, or what.
Okay, so I would try to cite multiple sources because, like, I think that I'm kind of like. So I've heard videos described as like a continuum, where on like one side is like full content brain, so like Mr. Beast, and the other side is like that 6-hour video essay that's like really esoteric and like pretentious, but also makes you cry. And I want to be, and I am like trapped on both extreme ends at the same time in my mind. So like right now, I think that my biggest comedic inspiration is probably Doug, if you know who he is.
I know the name, but I can't remember.
So I think that Doug is, as a creator, is someone who kind of does like a little bit of absurdist humor. And like he has like extreme heavy interaction with his Twitch chat, and that kind of like leads to a lot of things, a lot of like really strange scenarios like that he creates. That he's the perfect creator to kind of like bounce off of everything, in my opinion. He kind of like knows how to take any concept and make it funny, or he knows how to take one thing and turn it into something completely different.
Yeah.
Like I'll give an example of one of his old videos is him. It's like one of those framed as one of those gaming challenge videos where you're like, can we travel down all of Mount Chiliad in GTA 5 using only voice commands? And also there's like things falling down the hill.
Yeah.
And then one person in chat gives offhand command of like moving forward to be Poob. And then then they look up Poob on Google, and it turns out to be this like one Star Wars character. And the video gradually turns from a challenge video about biking down a hill in like GTA 5 to debating on whether or not the character is named Poob or Ploob, and that's just entirely what the video turns into. And I'm just like, I admire that specific style of comedy where it just kind of like spirals out of control and it becomes something completely different than like what you were expecting it to be. I love like that sort of misdirection, and that's kind of like what I try to write, like when I'm doing like my shorts and stuff like that.
I feel like that might lead to ADHD. Or stem from it, or something like that. I feel like people with ADHD.
I have so much ADHD. And if you like look at like my edits and stuff like that, a lot of what I do is just like, oh my god, that would be so fucking funny to put in, and it would be funny to me and nobody else. But I don't care because I'm making stuff for me usually. Yeah. So
ADHD brain, let's go.
Yeah.
But at least, you know, if I make something that my ADHD brain finds funny, that means maybe somebody else's ADHD, their brain will find it funny too.
Yeah. So that's like my comedic inspiration. my other big inspiration is probably Tim Rogers and Super Eye Patch Wolf, who they make video essays and stuff like that. And I admire what they do, where they can kind of like take something which might have like a silly premise and like kind of turn into something like really serious and like genuinely get you emotionally invested in things through their own like sort of way. And I've been making short form content mostly, but I've been trying to like break my way into long form content that's like video essay adjacent. And that the way that they speak about like how just like subjects that they're interested in like it's such an authentic way, really gets me wanting to make stuff like that. But also that kind of like embodies like the humor of like the content brain shit I like. So I want to be like art brain and content brain at the same time. I guess that's how I describe my modern inspirations.
Easy, just draw an entire 6-hour video essay. Just draw the whole thing.
I have a video in the works right now, which is like, I finished the script recently. It's around 8,400 words.
Damn.
So that's around a 50-minute video essay or so.
Damn. What's it about? I can ask.
It is one specific thing. So I'm really interested in Celeste in particular, and like fan communities and stuff like that. And there's a really infamously difficult mod /map called like Ultra Difficult. And I just wanted to like make a video exploring how everything that happens in that map is even possible and what game mechanics allow it to work. And like why they designed it that way in the first place, you know?
Because it makes sense, because if I remember correctly, I saw, was it in your Twitter bio or was it on your card that you are a game designer? Or at least...
Yes.
Yeah. Is that what you studied in college? Design?
That is what I studied in college, but right now I'm going hard on editing.
But I mean, you're still using your game design expertise or knowledge.
Yes.
Makes me think, I think there's a channel that I think that you'll like, called Mental Checkpoint.
I'm aware of them, yeah. I wouldn't say that I'm like a habitual watcher, but I know exactly what they mean. They like make really clean videos that are like about the game mechanics and stuff like that. Yeah.
From what was Move or Die? Yeah, it's that game's dev. Yeah. No, I found them initially when I think on their third video upload, maybe second, which was insane because because their second video or third video, whichever one, just popped the fuck off, and everybody was like, "Bro, what? How is this channel new with this type of production quality?" And like he doesn't have previous experience doing YouTube videos or anything like that. He was just like, hey, this is the thing that I'm passionate about. I want to make a video on it, and I'm gonna put good effort into it.
Yeah, and, I think that's like. So I like to imagine that like the key to being successful on YouTube is like, I imagine it like as a sort of like meter that you need to fulfill, and there are two ways you can fulfill it. And there's like luck, and then there's like video production skill, and you can get an infinite amount of luck, but obviously if you want to like get big on YouTube, I think that the biggest way is to like make content so good that people cannot ignore you, or like make stuff it's like impossible to do that can have like organic reach almost.
I mean, so Ludwig did a test like that.
I think that the Ludwig video actually is super flawed, but that's a discussion for another day.
I mean, no, we can go into it, because I do agree. It is flawed, because my man literally paid fucking Mizkif to promote it.
But, yeah. What was I saying? I got lost for a second.
ADHD brain kicked in.
I remember now. So it's like a meter that you could fulfill, and then so ideally if you want to like mitigate luck as much as possible, like you can get like your skill can get you like 80% of the way there. And so you only need you need substantially less luck if you're like more skilled than the other way around. And like if you're more skilled, then you're in a better position to take advantage of luck. So that's been like my mindset over the last 2 years.
Trying to just improve your skills.
Yeah, and then like if something happens, then something happens, you know?
Yeah. Okay. So then, next question that I have for you is, just hold up. Let me open it up again.
Just keep it right there, man.
No, but see, the thing is, I usually use both of my monitors, but when I have a guest who needs Discord screen share, I need to keep them on my second monitor open.
Yeah, I understand.
Having the whole monitor.
So I'm the problem then. I understand.
Yes, you are.
That warms my heart, knowing I am an inconvenience to you.
Ain't that the most fun feeling?
But
okay, now I do have it. So the next question that I want to ask you is, what about VTubing fascinates or interests you the most? I feel like we've kind of touched on this topic lightly.
Yeah.
But I want to go more in depth with it.
So VTubing, just as like a medium, I think it's really interesting. There's a way to kind of like, there's obviously like in anonymity, which I think is a plus for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think it's a way to like express yourselves in like a really genuine way. Like I'll use the example of like there are a lot of like VTubers that are like trans, for instance.
Yeah.
I think that's like a big thing for that. That's like something that really fascinates me. I like the technology. I like the possibilities it allows for. And I don't think that like I could get as creative with my content, like, or do anything like visually as interesting if I was like not a VTuber, you know, if I was just like recording myself on like a camera or anything like that. And I don't even know if I would have tried it otherwise. Like I think that VTubing is like the perfect way to kind of, you know, bring out that sort of creativity.
It's
in
a
people.
gateway drug.
Yeah.
A gateway drug
great...
to content creation.
Yeah, I think it's a great way. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that because VTubing can be really fucking expensive.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not saying it ain't. Drugs are expensive too.
Oh, true. But I think that overall, if you were just like asking me to summarize in one sentence, I say like I think the technology allows for a lot of creativity and opens the doors for a lot of things that are like. It's like we're living in the future, but like the future is anime titties.
Hell yeah, that's a future I like. But yeah, no, I agree with what you said about the thing with the trans representation. Like if people feel, you know, hey, I don't feel comfortable in this body, so let's make an anime character of the one I want. Then yeah. And also, just as a disclaimer, like... I'm not. I just wanted anime titties. That's it.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
Yeah. And also the reactions when people click onto your stream and they expect one way, they see the thumbnail, and then they click in, they say hi, and I say, yo, sup? And they're like, what?
Okay, can we talk about that? Because I get that with my model all the time.
Honestly,
Mir is a guy.
I thought otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's a common thing.
Yeah, then I watched that editing video and I was like, oh hey, wait, no, it's a guy.
So the reason why my model looks like this is a really funny story. So when I was initially like concepting Mir,
conceptualizing,
was kind of meant to be a sort of pretty boy type aesthetic that like, but still like obviously you could tell that they were like a guy.
Yeah, like a B shonen.
Yeah, but like, okay, give me a second to like phrase this. So when I went to like my artist mama, when they were like concepting the design, basically every design gradually had more and more like feminine features. And I just kind of went along with it because like, yeah, that's fine. I like how it looked. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then when I got to my rigger, they were like, yeah, your design, she looks great. She looks great.
And you're just like, oops,
guess I'm a femboy now. But it worked out. I like this design. But this is actually the second iteration of it.
Do you have the first one on hand?
No. Do I? I probably do. Let me like.
Oh my, that is quite the green screen effect.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, that's the wrong toggle. I don't. Yeah. Hi.
Okay, I see. Yeah, that's the Nier I saw initially, and that's the glassless version.
Yeah, there's the less glasses version.
Yeah.
So, Nier 2 was mostly just like, okay, I would like to get my model re-rigged because the rigging was like a little outdated at that point.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well let's do that. And so my mom was like, hey, I'll touch up your model because there's parts of it that I'm not happy with. And I said, okay, sure. I get a free Nier 2.0. I'll take it. And I said, like, can you also have glasses? And she said yes. But then she was like, okay, I got the model back, and it's like, it's so much cuter and like more feminine. Like, okay, well, you know what? Fine.
Guess we're embracing the gender bend.
There's no,
yeah,
we have to embrace it at this point.
Honestly, that's what happened with me. Initially, I was a big, bulky, muscular dude. Like, I'll show it. I'll show my iterations. So this was my first model. Let me just wait for it to load. There we go. That was my first model, right? So you can see
that's quite a bit different.
Yeah, you can see, you know, quite a big, bulky dude, all right?
Oh.
Then after that one, we had my 2.0, which toned down the bulk a bit. Still there, but it looks a tad more realistic. And by this one, I got longer hair and all that.
Yeah.
But by then, I had a bunch of artist friends, and a lot of them didn't draw guys. So they started.
Did you want to get commission from them?
No, they drew me as a gender bend instead because they still wanted to do art, and I was like, just fucking gender bend me, fuck it. Because I mean, I'm not gonna say no to a hot female version of me, so. Again, and then eventually I was just like, you know what? Let's just get a gender bend model. Why not? Maybe people will make more art then. I've received less art.
There is gender bent versions of me. And it's basically just the same design, but I have boobs. It's like the
same design, but a bigger chest. That's it.
That's it. That's like the only real difference. That's all.
Yeah, because I was about to think, wait, would a gender bend you be like super bulky, fucking muscular, like an Ikemen type vibe? But then that wouldn't be a gender bend. That would just be a bulked up version.
I guess like Nier's gender is sorry, don't feel like it right now.
Don't feel like it. I like that. That's a fun description that I've not heard before.
And you know what? He's like king for it. He's fine.
But I don't think I've said it yet. I do really like your design, and I think it's.
Sorry.
I don't know where I'm taking this, but point is, I do like your design. I did initially think Nier was a she though.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't really care.
Yeah,
I think it's funny. It's like funny at this point. It's just like, how many people can I like
bamboozle?
How many comments can I get? They say like, why boy? Why girl? When boy?
Yeah, like when people just join into the YouTube chat. And they're like, "You a dude?" I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much." They're like,
fun.
"Where's the voice?" Or the funniest I've gotten was somebody came in and they were like, "Your voice changer broke," and I'm like, "Oh, thanks for pointing that out." Oh well.
I mean, some people like would have mistaken my voice as a girl anyway, so I'm like, okay, I don't care. There's no wedding here.
There's no wedding.
I don't know. I think I'm winning either way.
No, I heard wedding. There's no wedding here.
Okay. I get you.
How do you get me? That doesn't make sense.
I get the mistake that you made.
Oh, okay.
Like, okay, that makes sense.
Oh. I thought you understood somehow. the misunderstanding.
Hmm.
Sorry, sometimes I'm a bit deaf, and sometimes I'm
It's okay.
stupid. Actually, more often than not.
It's okay.
But okay, let me ask you the next question though. So so what got you into wanting to make content yourself, other than so we talked about how Mori was, or how Callie was the tipping point for you to become a VTuber and actually start doing shit, but why did you want to do content creation in the first place?
It's more like I've wanted to do it my whole life, but I kind of just like was a coward about it. I just never started because I was like, I wasn't good at it right away. So I was just like, well, I can't be good at it. It must not be my calling. That's like kind of the mindset that I had growing up, because there were like things which I was like naturally good at. It was just a lot of, and I was thinking it was a lot of work. It's mostly just like I used excuses for myself to like not to find ways to like not be a creator. But like Callie was just like, okay, well, I can't ignore it anymore. I need to start being a content creator. I need to like go all in on it. I need to like try it because that's really what I wanted to do my whole life.
Okay, so basically the same as me.
Yeah.
You wanted to
like,
just
okay,
yeah.
like no running from wanting to do this anymore.
Or it's off with
do
your
it.
head.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Just become a Dollahan, easy. Next VTuber model revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of next VTuber model, so this is a bit of a hypothetical. Actually, it's quite hypothetical. If you were ever to rebrand, what would you rebrand into and why?
That's such a hard question to me because I think that like the artist within me is like, okay, well, I literally cannot imagine myself as anything else other than Near. But I guess if I had to like do it, I would probably do some like cyberpunky aesthetic.
Yo.
Or like
complete opposite of fucking paper.
Yeah.
You're gonna go from a paper to being a neon sign.
Yeah. So like I in my head I'm like, okay, I need to like pick some. The big reason that's said over and over again that I picked like the paper VTuber model was there's a lot of versatility in that. There's a lot of ways that I can change myself like theoretically without having to like update my model. There's a lot of opportunities for unique visuals.
Yeah.
But I think that like but the reason why I say like cyberpunky is because when I like edit my visuals, the frequent visual style I kind of end up with is like a more futuristic style. So it kind of like contrasts with our model. And I was just like, okay, well, if I keep going to like this futuristic style, then I guess if I had to like rebrand, I would do some sort of cyberpunky or like futuristic style.
Okay. And then how would you rebrand the character itself?
I don't know. That's
That's a tough question.
I would just say like I watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners once, and that was my personality for the rest of my life.
You say that's literally me.
I have not seen that.
You haven't seen Edge Runners yet?
No.
Dude, you should. It's so fucking good. It'll become
But,
your
like, the watch
personality.
list is too long. so here's the problem right now.
Yeah.
Right now I'm reading One Piece and playing all the Yakuza games.
Okay, I'm playing all of the Yakuza
So-
games as well. I'm not reading One Piece though. That ain't happening.
Why not?
Too fucking long.
Okay.
I've already got a whole bunch of manga that I'm keeping up to date with weekly, daily almost.
Yeah.
I don't need to add One Piece to that as well for me to catch up with. I don't even know
think
how
that
many
for me
episodes.
Is that I think catching up with One Piece is like I'm not really concerned about that. I just kind of read it in my own pace, and it's nice, and it's just a story that I can keep coming back to with characters that I really love, and themes that I really jive with, of like personal freedom and like defining for yourself like what you get to choose for yourself what you want to do, you know. And I think the characters are really well made and like executed in that way.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Also, One Piece is really fucking funny. Like that's not something that people talk about. The series is really fucking funny to me.
See, the thing is, there's only one long. This is anime, not manga. one long anime that I'm kind of following, and that's Gintama.
Gintama. I've never seen Gintama at all.
Yeah, I've already got one super long anime for me to watch when I feel like I need when I want to. I don't need One Piece as well. Just like I'm not gonna bother with Naruto or what's the other one? Bleach or Dragon Ball, anything like that. Like those super long ones, the big shonens. Like I don't care about them. I've got Gintama. I can watch that whenever. I've not read it. I feel like the animation or the anime is just the way that they voice act and that everything is happens in it. I feel like it wouldn't be the same in manga form for me.
Yeah, Gintama I think is something that like benefits hugely from like anime because it's comedy. So visual comedy is like, you know, you have a lot more options for that.
Yeah. Also, when it comes to like delivering a joke in dialogue, it's easier to do that when it's actually spoken.
Yeah. I think that like, okay, I know you're probably not gonna change your mind, but if you ever do get into One Piece, just read the manga. It's much better paced. It's like the anime is just like every time that I see every time that I see a complaint about One Piece,
it's about the filler.
It's not even about the filler. It's about the anime watchers. It's usually an issue that's like almost exclusive to the anime, and not it's not a problem in like the manga. And I'm like, okay, just fuck yeah. That's like like a issue is that it takes too long to get good. And they said like, no, it doesn't. It really doesn't if you read the manga. But I understand why you would think that it's like an anime watcher type thing. I get it.
Fair. Okay, yeah, no, that's understandable.
It's just a problem with like anime like saying like, okay, we can only adapt like one chapter this week. One chapter is not enough for a full episode, so we will spend 8 minutes of the show doing recaps and flashbacks.
Yeah.
And then an extra 4 minutes of getting everyone's reaction to every individual interaction happening. And then,
because a chapter is like 20 pages.
8 minutes is like the actual content of the chapter.
Yeah, because the chapter is like 20 pages. No, how long is a chapter of One Piece that releases every?
It's 20 pages, but like I need to like iterate that the chapters in One Piece are like so dense later on. Like there's so much text and so much stuff to go through that happens in a single chapter that I'm like, okay, I guess that makes sense, but still, it's not enough content for an episode.
No, it's not. And like I can understand that because I mean just look at Oshinoko, right? This is kind of against the point that I'm trying to make, but Oshinoko took the first volume and put it into one episode. That episode, the first volume is 10 chapters long.
And the first episode of that show is like the equivalent of like 3 episodes, right?
Yes, it was. Was it an hour and 20 minutes? It was actually.
Yeah, something like that.
It was long. It was feature length. Let's just put it that way. That's how people describe it. It was a feature length episode, and it was 10 chapters. It wasn't.
Yeah.
So point is, it was still long, but even then, it was condensed. Because they still cut out, like in the manga, there are, and I'm not trying to quote unquote spoil, but in the manga there's like an interview from the future at the beginning of each chapter, and it's short. It's like 2 sentences from a different character in that interview, like 15 years in the future.
Okay.
Which isn't in the anime because it would just break the pacing. But it makes sense in the manga because it kind of hooks you. But yeah, no, you can't make 20 minutes of an anime episode out of 20 pages when especially if there's action in those 20 pages. That's a minute.
Yeah, I'm like thinking another anime that has that exact problem is Dragon Ball Z, because like they were airing it like weekly as the manga was being made, because they wanted to just get it started immediately. So they just said like, let's make every fight scene drawn out. That's why there's like an infamous like 3-minute power-up sequence, and it's awesome. But like it's 3 minutes long because they're adapting one chapter in that entire episode.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like this is my opinion, but I feel like the anime probably suffered for it compared to the manga.
Probably did.
At least in terms of storytelling. I mean either. But okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
How did we get on this topic? Forgotten.
I was like I don't know. And we were talking about Cyberpunk, and then I went to like
Right, the
we were
manga.
watching.
Or we were talking about
Yeah.
anime and stuff. So yeah, why haven't you watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners yet?
Because
you were making
there's
excuses.
too much stuff to go. Yeah, I said like there's too much stuff to go through it. There's like just too much stuff to there's just too much stuff, and I'm just gonna go at my own pace, and then if I get the itch to watch Edge Runners, I will do that.
You can binge it,
You know?
in a day.
Yeah, exactly. It's like 12 episodes.
10 episodes.
10 episodes? Okay.
Yeah. So that's like 10 times 20, that's 200 minutes.
Yeah.
How many hours is that? That's like 4.
Like 3 hours, 20 minutes. There you go.
Yeah, 3 hours, 20 minutes. That's super bingeable.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it, and I am one of those people where Cyberpunk Edge Runners has become my personality, kind of, just a bit. I'm literally, when I went to Comic-Con Africa this year, the Comic-Con Cape Town, there was this company, they do vinyl stickers for your car, and they had these two cars that were wrapped, but they also had a stand inside. It's called Kudasai. That's the shop's name, Kudasai. And they have this Lucy Peak sticker. I don't know if you've ever seen them. It's like a sticker that you put on your window, on your car window, where it's just the face and they're peeking out. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it right now, but I can't. Why is this? Okay, their site is a bit broken because I'm not seeing actually being able to buy stuff. There we go. I found it. Let me slaps licenses. What? No, that's a warning sticker. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna find it now, to be honest.
It's not a big deal.
But yeah, no, and so and I've ordered a Lucy poster from some other artist, and I'm waiting for that to arrive. I'm gonna make my next model kind of cyberpunky as well, in a similar vein to how Edge Runners portrayed stuff. And
okay.
yeah, no, it's just so much cyberpunk stuff.
That's nice. I like that.
But okay, next question that I have. So, what would you say? I'm not entirely sure how applicable this question is, but what would you say is your favorite or preferred type of content to make?
Well, I've said before that I make almost exclusively edited content. I think I'm generally like live streaming is interesting because I feel like it's hard for me to show like what I'm actually like in my live content, you know? I bumble around a lot, and I make a lot of mistakes to kind of get to like where I want to stuff I'm happy with. But like in live stream content, you don't really get that opportunity to like do over your mistakes, you know?
No, you don't.
Like yeah, when I'm like making recorded content, it's like an opportunity to like get the best out of me.
Yeah. Like you fuck up your words and you're just like, fuck.
freedom.
Okay, let me just record that.
And it also works for my content because like as I reiterate a bunch of times, visuals is like a big part of like what I like to do. So in edited content, that's like a huge draw for me.
Yeah.
So the two things that I'm making right now is I'm making shorts, and I'm editing those for other people as well. And shorts are nice because I get to just kind of like get instant feedback on something I'm doing, and I get to tell like a funny joke.
Yeah.
And the other one is like the long form, like video essay-ish content. And I'm mainly focusing on that video essay stuff right now, which I told about earlier, which is like the video about Celeste.
Yeah.
I have plans for other videos. I want them to be like a ping pong, so when like a loot box equivalent of content, to where like when you watch it, you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know if you're gonna get like the funniest shit you've ever seen, or like something that will like make you rethink life and like cry after you watched
The
it.
most existential crises inducing type shit.
Yeah, and I want it to like either be one of those two things or both, you know.
You're having an existential crisis, but you're laughing about it.
Yeah, you're having like you're like bobbing your head and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I just like that sort of like juxtaposition of like comedy and like serious stuff just in general, and that's kind of like a big part of like the content that I try to make. And I don't see like many VTubers kind of going for that sort of vibe, and I think that's a way in which I stand out, you know, other than like the obvious, like my model is like the most standout part of
other than the paper part.
Yeah, I think that's like also just what sets me apart as a creator, you know.
Sorry, my attention is a bit split right now. I've got a fucking massive cramp in my foot right now,
no.
and I don't know why. It is. I can literally feel the muscle. It is so stiff. That cramp in my
foot. I can like see your model contorting.
Oh no, that's just because I went out of frame from my camera. It happens
exactly. I'm like,
super
that's
often.
why it's contorting. It's like having a little like exorcism.
Yeah, it's having an existential crisis of its own. Except I'm not laughing. This shit hurts.
Aw.
Okay.
Yeah, hope it gets better.
I hope so too. I'm just trying to rub it out and fucking. Okay, those words don't. Yeah. I'm just trying to rub out the spasm in my foot. There we go. No Freudian slip there. But I'll continue with the next question. So, the next question, very, very applicable to you. Yeah. What do you do when you're not streaming?
I'm editing for people. Give me money.
Okay. Let me change my question. What do you do when streaming?
When I'm streaming, I kind of like bumble and like fumble and try to start conversations, and then I don't. and then I wonder why nobody's watching my stream. And I get self-conscious about that, and then eventually I end the stream, like sad.
Oh no. It's fine. I'll drop a follow on your Twitch with notifications on next time I see you live. I'll hop in and keep you company.
Yeah.
Just make sure you end stream while I'm there, then you can then you feel good.
Yeah, but that's the reason I'm not like a big streamer. It's just like I think some people aren't built for that type of content, and I tried to make it work for a while. I really did.
Yeah, no, I saw.
I
saw that there were a bunch of old VODs there, which is weird. I'm not sure if they were clips or if they were videos or something, but I saw VODs from a year ago. And I'm like, Twitch doesn't do that. I highlight
entire stream sometimes, you know.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, but Twitch doesn't keep VODs for that long. Like, that's long for Twitch. Like, damn, 60 days. Meanwhile, me on YouTube, you can go watch my debut from almost 3 years ago.
Yeah. When I stream, like, I usually am playing like a fan project or like a mod or something like that. Sometimes it's of like I want to be the guy. Sometimes it's of like Celeste, and sometimes it's just kind of like, okay, it's just something I find interesting. I just find fan content inherently like really interesting to me, you know.
Okay. Have you ever played HoloCure?
HoloCure? I played it off stream. It was fun. I played it for a couple hours. I got my fill of it, you know.
If I can give you a hint as a fellow YouTube content creator. With the next HoloCure content drop, make a video as fast as fucking possible as you can on that shit.
Maybe.
I'm telling you, HoloCure fucking pulls views like nothing else.
I'm thinking when I make content like nowadays, I'm thinking of I want this to have a shelf life that you could, if you were to like watch it 5 years from now.
Fair.
You could still watch it. Like you would like rewatch it, you know.
I'd be like,
I would like to be
well.
something that people can like rewatch and still enjoy, you know. I try to avoid like super specific trendy topics unless it's something that's like so interesting to me that I have to make it. And I think if I make a video about it, then like even when the trend dies out, you'll still have like you'll still want to watch it again, you know?
Like you can make it, you can make a video about a trend that dies, and then it still stays relevant while the trend is dead.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to turn your content into wine or whiskey,
Yes.
where it ages well, not some what's a liquor that doesn't age well. Beer?
I don't know. I don't know my liquor.
I don't know. I just drink the fancy shit. But okay, so yeah, we'll skip over that question. We've already been talking about the editing and all that the whole stream long, so yeah, no, that question's done. But now let's ask you, so what keeps you motivated for making content? What keeps you fighting burnout? Do you face burnout?
It's burnout like quite a bit sometimes. I think that like it's. I used to face it a lot when I was like streaming more actively, because like I'm the type who's like very self-critical about myself. So like if something's going wrong, then I'll like hyper analyze it, Like I said, one of the reasons I prefer edited content is because I can kind of like help with my mistakes and kind of like help change that on a regular basis. But what prevents me from like going what prevents me from burnout now is that I get to try something new every day. One of the exciting parts about editing is that you get to like you'll always have to pull out a new skill for like a project.
Yeah,
pretty much every time. Like something that you've never done before, something that you never would have thought to do before. And the fact that it keeps like new and fresh for me is a big part that keeps me motivated. And also, like, the thing is I feel like I haven't said everything that I want to say, that I want the world to hear, that like cooking in my cranium for like a year, for years at this point.
You always have something else.
Until I said everything that I need to say, I will not shut up.
Yeah, I could relate with that. Although sometimes, you forget what you wanted to say.
Yeah, well, that's fine, because I can write it down and I'll remember next time.
Very true. But okay, then the next question that I have for you is, what has been the biggest hurdle that you have had to overcome since you've started?
Okay, so when I started initially, I got like a lot of attention because my model was like so unique, and so I was just like fighting to try and keep that relevance there. I was like had a big debut plan and everything, and the numbers were big, but then they like fizzled out like really hard to the point where like there was like posts on the 4chan about me, I think.
Oh damn.
Yeah, there was posts on 4chan like how hard I fell off and how shitty my content was, and that for a while like really dissuaded me from making stuff. I was like, I viewed myself as like a failure, and everything that I do was like fail to capture things, and that's really hard to come back from. You have to like really look into yourself and like what you do and what you like doing and why you like doing it, and if it's even for you. And I kind of it was a very slow process of like learning to like what I make and learning to make for the sake of it rather than like in hopes of finding an audience. And that was like probably my biggest thing from that, is like coming back from that failure of like being so hyped up like immediately and then not living up to that hype, and then like kind of having to like build yourself up again. And what I do now, I'm like a lot more I'm a lot happier with. I think I have like genuine fans now, as opposed to like people who are just kind of there for like the hype cycle of, oh my god, like VTuber that is a paper piece.
Yeah. I had a friend when right after I scheduled the stream, they were like, hey, you're getting Nearigami on, that's so cool. And like they said it's I love I've seen some of their content and I think it's super unique and all that.
Oh, that's actually that actually makes me so happy to hear. You have no idea. Because like the biggest part of like the biggest hurdle of like I think of most creators is finding content that works for them, that they like doing and that they feel happy with, I think that's like a fairly universal struggle, but like,
Yeah.
I think you often hear in like VTuber about like the instant success stories, like of like the people who kind of just blow up overnight and get
I
like,
feel like
popular.
I was thinking of that as you were explaining, the when you revealed the model, you got that big what do we call it?
Like blow up, like virality.
Yeah. So in this case, then it's like how, because I've had other people on that they blew up and that they just kept blowing up, and I still don't know how they did it.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a matter of you're kind of in a position where you're already skilled enough to take advantage of the momentum. And when that happened to me, I was just straight up like not skilled enough as a creator to take advantage of that. So of course it like. I think I've always been someone that's been like able to come up with unique ideas, and I think that's one of my biggest strengths is that I can like do things in a way that hasn't been done before in like the exact same way.
Like me being the 10,000th person to stream Yakuza, just playing the game.
It's okay. Yakuza's fucking awesome. It
is. And the Yakuza community is also pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I've been going through the Yakuza games. I just 100% completed Zero, and I'm taking a break before I go into Kiwami, and I'm gonna 100% all the games.
Have you played any of them before?
Zero is my first one.
Okay. Yeah, I also started with Zero.
I bought all of them immediately afterwards.
Dude, same.
We're gonna do all of these games. Fuck it.
Same. I got Zero as a gift from a friend. And they were like, prepare yourself to fall down the hole. I'm like, it's not going to be that bad. I finished Zero and I'm like, oh, hey, look at that. Kiwami 1 and 2 and Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 are all on sale. Would you look at that? My wallet just got empty. What the fuck? What happened?
Well, except not, because the games go on sale for like $5 all the time.
They really do. Yeah, no, I got them on sale and they were dirt cheap. They were cheaper than fucking most AAA games, and that's all 5 of them combined.
And they have like more content than all of them too.
For real, dude. I'm gonna be. I've been kept busy with the Yakuza for so long. Like, I'll just tell you the hours that I have on them, right?
Ooh,
so
let's hear it.
I don't try to 100% games, right? I purely play story, and sometimes. Like with Yakuza 0 especially, I did quite a bit of the side content. But okay, so Yakuza 0, I've got 59.4 hours, all on stream, by the way. All of these hours are purely on stream.
Yeah, that's a lot for a game you stream. Jesus Christ.
Yes, 59.4 hours on Yakuza 0. Kiwami 1 has 39 hours on the dot. Kiwami 2 has 41.7 hours. And I am currently
right now, right?
I'm currently busy with 3. We are on chapter 10 and I've got 24.9 hours on it.
Ooh, okay.
But 3, I am not spending as much time on the side quests because I've gotten spoiled with Yakuza 0 and Kiwami 1 and 2 with the amount of voiced stuff. Because so a lot of the dialogue in Kiwami, or not in Kiwami, in Yakuza 3 isn't spoken. And it bores me super fast if it's not spoken.
I hear that like Yakuza 3 is considered like the black sheep of the series just in general.
Yeah. And it's definitely my least favorite Yakuza so far. It's definitely my least favorite.
You're also going back like 8 years of like gameplay innovations, like going back 8 years.
Yes. Not to mention the fact that Yakuza 3 is called Blockuza. Because the AI, when it comes to combat, oh my, they just hold.
Fucking tiger drop.
I don't have it unlocked yet. Otherwise, I would. I am 25 hours in, and I've not unlocked the tiger drop yet, so I can't.
Oh my god, no.
So I can't just tiger drop them. That's what everybody says in my chat when I complain about the fights. They're like, I literally,
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I got 1 + Y.
I got so enraged at. Do you care if I spoil somebody that you fight? In 3?
Not particularly. No.
Okay, well, how long?
I don't even know who that is. There you go.
Okay, whatever. You'll forget the name by the time he gets relevant. In his fight, he is so annoying in the Yakuza 3. Like, the first time he appeared in the other game where it was fine. He was a good fight. But in Yakuza 3, oh my, I got so enraged at him because he was just blocking. He has these attacks that you can't block. Like, as you're attacking him while he's blocking, he turns it into an attack that stuns you. So he attacks you again and it does decent damage. And I got so enraged at it. I think I spent like 30 minutes to an hour on that fight.
Yeah, I don't get mad at games. Like, I actually just never get mad at games.
I feel like you might get mad at Yakuza 3 and all of the AI blocking, because that's all they do. They just block.
Yeah, I like spent like 30 plus hours on boss fights before. I don't get mad at. I can't fucking get mad at video games anymore.
Yeah,
I literally like cannot make myself get mad at shit.
See, I don't get mad at the boss fight or at the boss. I get mad at the mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you.
At the game design of it. The fact that all of the AI, like literally all of them, just block. That's it. And I'm like, that's just the most boring thing, because now there's not really a way to counter it that well. There is a way to counter it, and that's just cheese them by spamming the first heavy attack, because they can't block that one. So you just kick.
Yeah.
It doesn't do a lot of damage.
Really fun to just fucking break in half, because all the combat systems can be like exploited so easily.
Oh yeah, they can.
Like, I remember what I did in Yakuza 0 is like when I was playing like Majima and I had to fight like Mr. Shakedown, I would just like turn to his like slugger style and I would use the heat action where you could just hit him like immediately. And then I would just restore the heat over and over again, beat him down the exact same way until I won the fight every single time. I was just like cheese fights in that way. And it's so fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fun to just break.
Not to not to mention the fact that heat actions are so fucking broken in that game, and that most of them, I'm talking specifically Yakuza 3, and that most of the heat actions, the enemy has to be down on the ground. Yeah. Yeah, try doing that with a boss that won't allow you to grab him and is always blocking. Try getting them down on the ground.
That actually sounds dumb, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and then along with that, I'm gonna make it worse. The heat decay is horrible. Because in Yakuza 0, right? Once you fill up your heat bar, it stays filled, right?
Actually, it doesn't. I mean, like it'll gradually like decay if you don't attack for a while.
Yeah, if you don't attack, but if they're blocking and you attack, it stays full.
Oh,
if they're blocking and you attack, you don't gain heat.
Oh, no.
Not to mention gaining heat. It's so slow. But by the time you get a full bar, they knock you once, and your heat's back down half.
God, the game design. I love that. That's so bad.
It is so infuriating. I think you can tell, but just by me explaining this to you, how annoyed I am at Yakuza 3 and its combat system, and why I want to finish it as soon as possible. So that's why I'm kind of rushing through the story. Not really rushing through it, but like, I'm not taking my time. I want to get done with Yakuza 3 so that I can move on to 4.
Okay.
But, that's such a pain. I don't even know how we got here.
That's fine.
But okay, the next question that I have for you is what is your biggest weakness when it comes to content creation? So this is something similar to the hurdle, except something that you're struggling with now.
It's mostly just like imposter syndrome and like worrying if my stuff is like good enough or not. That's it. I don't want to. That's like, there's not much else to say about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Like my biggest weakness is myself, is my mindset, which I've always been working on that mindset. But it's like it's hard. It's hard.
It is. No, it really is. And saying imposter syndrome is your current biggest weakness is definitely valid. Anybody who says otherwise has never experienced it. And yeah, no, I 100% and wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about it because I feel like I've already kind of said most of what I had to say about like my personal feelings on that matter, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Then the next question that I have for you is, what are your goals with content creation?
Make money. Make some amount of money right now. That's it. That's actually it.
That's it.
It's not even necessarily like building an audience. I think I just want to get better at what I do. Because if you want my genuine opinion, I think that if I like played the YouTube Shorts game for like 3 months,
yeah,
I could get that silver play button.
Let's go. You're the next Punkalopi.
I am like genuinely that confident that if I made a short every day for like 3 months, I could get a lot of like extra subscribers.
You're gonna be the next Punkalopi. And then
in a recent short I made, I just said, "Hey everyone, store brand Punkalopi here." That's how I just introduced
no name
myself.
brand.
Yeah, like store brand Punkalopi. Let's go.
Let's go.
I think I offer like a sufficiently different vibe than like the big people. The people that are like really big on shorts now, like Ben Penrose and like Punkalopi.
Yeah,
I think I offer a sufficiently different vibe from them, in that I am like uniquely insane, I think.
How would you describe your unique insanity?
I think that like when I express things, it's like both a disdain for how things are done while also playing the exact same game as everyone else, I guess. Like if I have to make shorts this way, then I'm gonna do it in my way and you're gonna fucking watch it. My most viewed short is me jingling keys for 40 seconds and insulting the viewer, and that got 1.3 million views on TikTok. Yeah. I just jingled keys and I said, "Hey, I'm doing this for viewer retention. Fuck you, watch me more." That's just how it went.
Can I steal that? Can I do that? I want to do that.
Yes.
I want to make.
Don't do it with your actual house keys, because then people will dox you.
Oh wait, was it actually just a video of you jingling keys, not your model with the sound of jingling keys?
Yeah, there was a hand cam on the bottom screen, and it was me jingling the keys. And I said, "Look at the fucking keys," because when I jingle keys, I want people to pay attention to my video, and it worked. It worked.
What if I do it with my RGB mouse and keyboard in the background, and have a video on my monitor playing of somebody, of just like Subway Surfers or something? I'm gonna subvert it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna spoil a little short. I've been
planned.
making.
Okay.
Where I was like saying, because people sometimes ask me to bring back the keys, and I was saying like, well, no, if I do that over and over again, then the joke will get old really fucking fast. And I know I'm correct, because people don't know what they want. And like, you know, I think if I made, I could very easily make like 10 videos of me just, you know, like jingling keys, and that would get diminishing returns every time.
It would.
But what I've thought of doing is that and like saying like, "Oh, do you want this? Are you so like, are your dopamine, is your brain so fried of dopamine that you need this?
You want more keys?
I'll put Subway Surfers inside of my model." As in, like, it's like literally inside of my model.
I mean, you
and
can't do that.
Like a DVD logo that like moves throughout the video, and I said like, "Is this what you want? Are you happy now?
Is this feeding all of your dopamine cravings?"
Your dopamine receptors are so fucked. I want you to know that. And you know what? Like, it's your problem now. I'm giving you what you want. It's your problem. Fuck you. I think so. I think to reiterate, I have like a jokingly adversarial relationship with my audience.
Yeah.
Where I don't like insult them, but I'm like, "This is your fault."
I feel like you attract a certain type. Starting with an M.
Elaborate. Starting with
Possibly.
An,
Masochist.
Masochist? Okay,
Yeah.
I get what you mean. But also no. But it's fine, because all VTuber fans are
bottoms.
masochists, and all VTubers are masochists pretending to be sadistic and failing. You know.
I want to refute that. Because I want to say I'm not.
Okay, buddy. I believe. Okay, buddy.
Okay,
Sure,
buddy.
whatever makes you feel better.
So you're also a masochist then?
All right, that's the question. Next question.
Next question. Are you a tsundere?
Next question.
You see how that's a trick question? That's one of my favorite ones.
No, I am. No, I am. It's funny.
No, I'm not a tsundere. That's exactly what a tsundere would say.
Yeah,
If they say yes,
fuck
and it's like, okay, well, you just admitted you are a tsundere.
you. Yeah, I am. It's opposite day. Fuck you.
Ah, okay. So if you say fuck me, then fuck you.
This is getting. I don't know how to respond to this. I feel like there's no win. The only winning move here is not to play, I think.
But you can't. But you can't hit your targets if you don't shoot your shot. No.
I don't know.
I've broken
This is
him.
very confusing.
I've broken his brain, y'all. Let's go. See, and that is why I have a degree in stupid.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You went to Jupiter.
Yeah, I went to Jupiter and I became stupider.
Oh, hell yeah.
But okay, let me ask you the last question that I have for you before we get into our short Q&A, because we have a couple questions from chat. So the last question I have is, what has been your greatest achievement and or happiest moment since you've started VTubing?
When I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I think, because that to me was like, oh, I actually did it. Because I was pivoting away from streaming at that point, and I was like slowly making my actual content, which is more like what I make now. And that was like very validating, because I couldn't make a claim that all of my following was just based on the fact that I had a cool model and it wasn't something that I made. But the shorts and the stuff was that was content that I made that I like wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then people subscribed and like watched because it was something that I did. And to me, that was like, okay, I finally know that I'm doing something right, you know, that I'm like doing, that I've succeeded like on my own merit, at least a little bit, you know?
Yeah,
So,
okay.
like that meant more to me than like pretty much anything. And I'll hit like bigger milestones, but that probably won't. But those numbers can be fleeting, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's like how Joey, the anime man, says like at the end of his videos, it's like, subscribe to make a big number go bigger.
Yeah.
At that point, it's just a big number, but hitting that 1K, I know the feeling, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's such a validating feeling, just to use your words, hitting that 1K, being like, damn, that's 1,000 people that have decided, you know what, you're worth my time. You're good enough to click that little white subscribe button. Which, by the way, guys, if you're listening now, feel free to do that. Do just that. Pull down just a tad bit, and you'll see that white subscribe button. Just click it and make it go gray. Thank you.
Yeah, you gotta do your next CTA, you know?
I'll do it in a bit. I'll do the next proper one. But yeah, no, I totally get that.
But I wish I could say it was something like, oh yeah, we raised a bajillion dollars for charity. I haven't done anything like that. I'd like to do something like that one day, but
yeah,
I just haven't done anything like that. It's mostly been like a journey of learning to accept myself and like be happy with what I do and what I make.
Yeah,
and
I'm just like, before I even think of raising money for charity, I need money first.
Yeah, you know, we all got to get by somehow.
Yeah.
But I think we're doing the best I can, and you're doing great as well.
Thank you. We're all just trying our best. But okay, now I'm quickly going to do another CTA. So hey, by the way, if you have enjoyed this episode so far, make sure to drop a like down below, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and go to fnv.crd.co to find everything to do with the show. You can find links to the audio and the platforms there. We are available on Spotify, iTunes, Google platforms, or Google Podcasts, and Anchor FM. Otherwise, make sure you go check out my wonderful guest Nearigami on Twitter and YouTube. You can find all of his links in the description, chat, in the show notes, and on screen. How fast was that?
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like I just turned into a fucking auctioneer. No, I just feel like when I started that, I was like, you know, going really fucking fast. And I was like, you know, fuck it. Let's turn into an auctioneer.
Oh, hell yeah. You got it. You good. You're good.
I stumbled a bit though, but oh well. That's the CTA.
Fine. That's not the fixed practice, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the CTA done. So now we get into the Q&A. Are you ready?
Oh, let's hear it. Yeah.
So the first question we got is from preferably just Simon. He asks, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
12.
Nope, wrong answer.
Okay, what's the right answer?
A woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
I'm not a tongue twister person.
I've got a couple others for you. So you say you've watched One Piece, right? But have you watched or have read One Piece? But have you watched Full Metal Alchemist?
Not yet. That's on my to-do list.
Do you know that one guy's name?
No.
Not that one guy. It starts with a J. The one guy with his name. No. His name is Juguma Gokon and Shiriketakaiju Sugino Sugiyamatsu Unhamatsu Furamatsu Kunata Tokoro ni Sumatokoro Yabara Kushi Nobara Kushi Paipo no Shurigan Shudea and Gurudai Gurindana Pomkapino Pomkanano Chokume no Chosuke.
Very nice. Very good job. I didn't know that was from FMA.
Yes, that's from FMA.
But like what I'm doing right now is I'm just like, after I'm like reading through One Piece, I'm gonna go through each of the top 10 rated manga on my anime list, because I'm more of a manga reader than like an anime watcher. I just like the pace which I can read at. I can read at my own pace and like kind of, instead of sitting down and like watch anime.
Yeah.
And FMA is on that list. I'm like, the next one I'm currently reading, like I think the top 10 manga on now are like Berserk is one, and then I know that One Piece is like fourth, and then
yeah, Berserk is still one I want to get to at some time or at some point.
Yeah. Like, okay, so I'm gonna go through like the top 10 manga real quick. It's like there's Berserk, there's JoJo Part 7, and there's Vagabond, One Piece, Monster, Slam Dunk, Vinland Saga, Full Metal Alchemist, Grand Blue, Oyasumi Punpun. And I'm gonna read all of them at some point, and I'll probably make a video about it. And One Piece is the longest on the list. Make
the most clickbaity title. I read the top 10 top 10 highest rated manga on my anime list, and this is what I think of them.
That is what I would do. That is actually what I would fucking title it. That's how. I wouldn't do it in like the clickbaity voice. I wouldn't be able to pull that off. There's not a bone in my body that can like do that like YouTuber voice authentically without like some tinge of like extreme irony in there, you know?
some deep down disdain.
Mm-hmm. And I started reading Oyasumi Punpun recently as well, and it's the darkest fucking thing I've ever read. It's so dark. It's awful in a good way, in a really good way. I need to like reiterate. It's awful. It destroys my soul to like read.
I don't think I've even heard of it. I might have heard of it, but I don't know what it's about. Can you give me a quick synopsis?
Basically, it's like a young child taking all the wrong lessons in life and ending up in the worst possible spot. And Punpun is drawn as like a little cartoon bird, but he's seen as a human, and everything else is drawn with like extreme detail. So the character is like meant to be like a metaphor for like loss of innocence and like corruption.
Yeah.
It's really sad. It's also just really fucked up. And there's also like a character he prays to God, and the God character just gives him like the worst advice possible.
Oh
like
no.
all the time, and he's just an asshole.
Oh no.
But like it's I would almost compare like the art style to, like something like Junji Ito draws, or like how he draws
Oh shit.
characters and like how they do that. It is really beautiful art, but like everything that happens is fucked up. There's not a single character that's like actually like a good person in that shit in the manga. It's just really like fucked up, but like I would still recommend reading it if you can stomach it.
All of them are just. What was it? Where was it taking that? My brain stopped in the middle. That train of thought derailed so hard right there. I was gonna say something and I forgot immediately. Because I read the next question in the Q&A and it completely derailed me. What? What did you do? What is that?
I just decided to change my model. That's all.
Okay, well that's perfect with the next question. Darkwater said, that's more of a Okay, no, this is a question. Darkwater said, most VTubers stand or sit. This man fucking glitches on command. Now, how many times have you played it up as an actual glitch?
Never actually. I've never done that like as like a visual thing. I've been trying to like figure out how to use my visuals in like more creative ways, you know? Like in one of the videos that I have in the pipeline, I'm using my model to make it look like album covers, for instance. That's a difficult thing to explain. But I've been trying to like integrate different ways to utilize my model in like ways that help assist like the visuals of like the story that I'm trying to tell in the videos. And glitchy effects is undoubtedly going to become one. There's a video I have in the pipeline which is about that. It's going to be one of those existential dread videos.
Why am I not surprised? Talking about existential dread and you're just glitching the fuck out.
You know it.
But okay, then we have one last question from Penguin-chan. And this one I cannot read aloud. I need to send it to you directly. And
ooh, let's see here.
Read it aloud.
You just want me to call myself stupid. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that's what they asked. Yeah. Thanks,
you
Penguin-chan.
say I am stupid? Wow.
I feel like that could have been done better if you changed peed with pit, like, you know, a hole in the ground, pit.
I am stupid. Yeah. Okay. You got what you want. You got your fucking clip. You happy now, you stupid asshole viewer? That's mean. I don't want to be mean.
Damn. I'm gonna cancel Near. He's cussing out my viewers. This dude, the gall, the audacity, the lion, the witch, the audacity of this bitch. But no, that was our last question in the Q&A. Now, I've got one more question. Since they asked you to say something, I want to ask you to say something. And what I want to ask you to say is this one specific town. No, I don't know how good your Welsh is. Can you say that for me?
I can't say that shit. I'll try.
Okay.
Linfair, Fugen, Gor, Yegorn, Drobwell, and Saragogo. I know. I know that's like Connor, right? That's like
yeah, it's Welsh.
Like Connor, like
yeah. You want to hear my attempt? I've been practicing.
You've been practicing.
I've been practicing. So, okay. Plan waar Pwilgwyn Gelgo Gerich van Rob Velantasilio Gogogoch.
Very nice.
I've practiced. Let's go, and it's paid off. One day when I meet Connor, I'll just be like, hey, Connor! And I'll just be like, Clanvar, good girl, good kid. I'll just
And then
fucking,
I'll, like, criticize your
I'll just,
pronunciation.
yeah, no, I'll just walk, I'll just see him and I'll just shout a town name at him.
Aw. That's great.
Just walk up, Clanvar!
Oh, I don't know. God, I don't even want to imagine like meeting a fan in real life. That sounds horrifying to me. And I love them, but like, oh my god.
I don't think I've met a fan in real life. I've met other VTubers, but I've never met a fan. And I know that there are a couple that are kind of local, but yeah, no, I've never done a meet and greet. I've been to a meet and greet with another South African content creator by the name of Grant Hines. That same spot on my foot is cramping again. Oh no!
Oh no!
Ow! This piece of shit. Why are you cramping? I didn't do anything different. Yeah, that's how I feel right now. That effect that you've got going, that's my foot.
Yeah, that's my burning in hell effect.
Yeah, no, that's my foot. Oh, okay, it's gone. This time it was just a smaller cramp, but it was the same spot. But yeah, that's going to be the end of our episode. Yeah, I've got nothing more. You have anything you want to say? Anything you want to ask me, maybe?
I'm sorry. You've been like really nice about talking with me. This is like a problem with like when I get to like job interviews and like I'm at the end, like, do you have any questions for us? I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, that's me too. That's me too, dude. When I go to an interview and people are like, okay, do you have any questions? The question I have in my head, I'm like, yeah, how much is the pay? Or like, hey, how does my time off work? Because I'm a lazy motherfucker and I want to know when you know. But I can't just ask that question immediately after the interview.
Yeah.
Like you'll ask, how's my time off work? And then they'll be like, okay, yeah, you can have time off permanently. Don't come back.
Yeah.
Also, Simon did ask another question. So Simon asked, has this been an enjoyable experience, yay or nay?
Oh, this has been a great experience. I'm glad I was able to come on.
I'm glad as well.
Yeah.
It's fun having someone on who's not necessarily streamer VTuber. We can talk about different stuff, stuff that people that might not come up in conversation as much as other times. So I enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, I'm glad that you did then.
Yeah. But yeah, that will be the end of this episode. So once again, if you guys did enjoy it, feel free to drop a like down below, subscribe, ring the notification bell, do all the fun jazz. Go check out fnv.crd.co. And also go check out
fucking give me money. Give me money. I will edit anything you want. Give me money. Give me money. It's not a request, this is demand.
No, give me money. This is my show. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
That's how we're gonna end it. Fuck you, Tony.
Wow.
What's your name? Ezekiel. Fuck you, Ezekiel. But okay, yeah. Make sure you also go check out Near. All of his links are down below in the description, chat, show notes, everywhere. Just go click them. Go click them. Make those blue links turn slight off purple. And yeah, with all of that being said, thanks everybody for stopping by. I have been your host, Zara, and I will see you all in the next episode. But until then, ciao for now.
Bye-bye.
Sun goes down, our spirits free. Nothing left but our energy. Take my hand, we can go and see a world unknown. Come explore with me. No, explore with me. Yeah, explore with me. No, explore with me. No, explore with me.
Y'all want to raid out? Nah. I think we can skip out on raiding tonight. But yeah. I'm just going to end it. Thanks everyone for stopping by.